Every day we can see that this public health crisis is also an economic crisis. During the shutdowns, some employers shuttered completely and others were forced to lay off workers. Tens of billions of jobs were saved thanks to the Paycheck Protection Program and other CARES Act provisions. But millions of other Americans lost their jobs and remain unemployed. While jobs numbers have improved since the more dire days of March and April, there are still many Americans facing unemployment. Talks are continuing to determine how best to modify and extend a federal supplement to state unemployment insurance programs, but those talks are going miserably slowly. These state programs and the actual federal aid have been important safety nets for folks who've lost their income. But they're only a piece of what we can and should do and what a bill before the United States Senate lays out. It's called the HEALS Act, put forth by our leader. And as the leader said yesterday, we know that these programs shouldn't pay someone more to stay home than essential workers are making by working hard. We also know that most people would prefer to have a reliable job and avoid layoff entirely. That's why Republicans, as part of the HEALS Act, have put forward several additional proposals to help already unemployed Americans and prevent others from getting laid off in the first place. And that's why these talks ought to speed up so we can get some of these other things in place as well as the unemployment issues that we're talking about. We extend and significantly expand the employee retention tax credit that was included in the CARES Act so that employers can keep more people on the payroll instead of laying them off. And it supports businesses that hire more workers as the economy continues to improve. We expand the Work Opportunity Tax Credit to support employers that are helping those currently receiving unemployment insurance find a new, safe, and steady job. Bringing in new employees and expanding the workforce can be complicated, especially in times of pandemic. Both employers and employees want to maintain safe working environments. So it's important for employers to have the resources to keep their workplaces clean and their employees protected. Republicans then propose a new tax credit for these expenses, like additional cleaning expenses, personal protective gear, and even office reconfigurations that keep employees and customers safe. The HEALS Act also provides for another round of economic impact statements or payments. An average family of four would then receive $3,400 to help cover expenses. These payments will help any family or any individual who's had to deal with layoffs and are in addition to any unemployment benefits they may receive. These tax provisions serve as a complement to the unemployment insurance program that's being negotiated right now with no evidence of progress. There ought to be progress. But these programs do set up an extra layer of protection for workers and those already out of work. Together, these proposals provide a responsible approach to help employers reopen businesses so that employees can safely and effectively return to work to continue fueling the nation's economic recovery. Why can't we get these important issues resolved for the American people, particularly for the American people that are hurting. And they're hurting because we were faced with the virus pandemic. And as a result of the virus pandemic, the government, for the first time in 240 years, shut down the economy of the United States. And then immediately in the middle of March, after that happened, we made a point of passing the CARES Act to open up the economy, to give people confidence that what the government did that was bad for the economy and for the people and hurting people unemployed, that we weren't taking a lead in getting them back. And we're still in this situation. We shouldn't be debating as long as we are to get these issues taken care of.